that were able to stay there comfortable without having a connection with an indigene. No foreigner. And that foreigner is succeeding in that way because an indigene is involved, collecting some percentage with the foreigner and operating dimension. And most of these things are, there are also people also sponsoring this issue, one or the other, to affect the government of the day because, you know, how political play in Nigeria is that it's political of interest. But if they want to solve insecurity, they should recruit the local vigilante, make sure they are indigenous of that place, they are the people that know that place, they are part of that environment, they will be able to fish out these people and the government to empower them and make sure those guys are not under political structure. Do your work freely. You see, these people can deliver, but by the time you bring them under government and say, okay, this party is set it up, they won't deliver. But when you pick them by yourself as a governor of the state and say, you are from Ekpoma, you are from Irua, you are from Esako, then protect this place, empower them. I give you my word. It will be less than 3 months or 4 months of this year to see this issue will be calm. But as far as the government is bringing police, and they are doing well, but when they leave that place, the DJ who are also benefiting from this nonsense going on, they will also give them information because without informer, you can carry out some dangerous movement.
Thank you very much, Bishop Locke Monabese. The Grand Norm states that it is the responsibility of government to provide security of lives and property. But my guests have posited that the issue of security has to do with everyone. We should not just focus on only government. You see something, you say something. And, you know, a policeman told me at just today, while I was driving in one particular area, and he said, help us talk. You know, he mentioned a rank, and he was saying that they earn 150,000. I shouted, I screamed. I said, oh, he said he has children, you know. So, government must also take care of the welfare of the police. The police need to be encouraged because these are persons who risk their lives to give us security. Their salary must be increased. Their allowances must be increased. What stop even the Edo State government, for instance, in Edo State, you have a catering unit that will be supplying food to the vigilantes and the policemen who are strategically positioned. They will know that, oh, so time in the afternoon, the catering department of the state government will bring their lunch. So they don't need to leave that position. The lunch will come so that they can be focused. It will help. It looks ordinary, but it will help. Well, Dr. Bishop Akalame, yeah, you've made a very valid point, but government cannot be exonerated. Government needs to play its role. Some persons have talked about state police. Well, that has to come from the national. We've seen Lagos State. You saw some policemen from Lagos State. Look at how well kitted they are, you know. So all the different agencies, the DSS, the police, the civil defense, they need to be well, you know, taken care of and encouraged. And, you know, the state government has provided vehicles to the security agencies recently. What is the oversight function of the state government? Are they monitoring the deployment of those vehicles? Are they monitoring the usage of those vehicles? So you can't really remove the government. So I know you have more to say on this.
Thank you.
Okay.
You see, I've been issue.
Yes.
I have not actually taken the responsibility of the government in saving life and property out of the quarters. What I was trying to deposit is that we shouldn't leave the issue of security for the government alone, that it is collective. Yes, we have a problem, a very serious problem. So if we have this problem, as we are addressing the way it should be addressed, they will also address the way it will be eliminated permanently. Because on the part of the government we're talking about, that's why I told you, the government will continue to fight symptoms. But the root, how to deal with the people. Now, what would the government need to do, of which I know the government is doing already, is one, there must be an improved community policy, like the bishop posited.
Yeah.
Stronger, very strong community policy. Let me take you to history. What happened during Obaseki? There was time, any time I want to travel to Agenebode for during Christmas or anything, that's my area, that's okay. East. I have to embark on prayers. Sometimes 7 days. Sometimes I have to go to the Catholic Church, go and sit there with Blessed Mother Mary, pray. Say the parish priest, pray for me, I want to travel.
Just to your village?
Yeah, to tell you how scared it was.
This is terrible.
There are some flash areas that when you are driving, your heart has to be here. There's a place called Obehi. The last December, the last Christmas, not this one, the other one, when I traveled, I had to turn like 3 times. I say I'm not going again until I see a vehicle coming or going. Then I have to wait when I see a convoy coming. I followed. That's to tell you the fear. Then I will be in my community. Those my guys following me politically will invite me to a function in their various areas. I will not go. I will just remain in my village until I want to travel back to Benin. That is the level we have gotten to. We know we have this problem. We have this challenge. So what the government needs is support. We need to support the government. Suggest ideas to the government on how we can get out of this trouble. The trouble we created by ourselves. Those kidnapping, they are not foreigners. Are they not our people that are kidnapping themselves? Or are they lions and tigers that are kidnapping human beings? No human being kidnapping human beings. Human beings are started eating themselves because of greed, material things, that when you die, they will never bury with you. So, we will suggest to the state governor, Governor Modi Okpebholo, that there should be a stronger community policy. So, what I want to try to tell you is that when Obaseki now came, you have to empower the vigilante. So, when you're not driving on this Bini, Auchi, when you get to Urumide or Ekpo, before Ekpoma, you see them. When you're there, when you see there, you'll be happy driving. You know, that all these guys are here. At a time, you were no longer afraid.
Yes.
But it is changed. But I know that the governor is listening. Community policing. Because these are people who know the terrain. They cannot go into the forest with bare hand because these guys inside the bush are very dangerous. So they need to be empowered. You cannot be pursuing a man with AK-47 with ordinary knife and cutlass, and you have a family. Because if you die, nobody will take care of your children. So they know these things. So that is why the government have to strengthen them, support. That apart, government have to invest in infrastructures that support security.
Yeah.
Then, irrespective of your political affiliation, as long as you are a political leader in Edo State, we have to make this a collective a responsibility, a collective call for everyone to support, to ensure that Edo people are secured. The governor has to initiate a frequent and a regular engagement. The traditional rulers, political leaders, political parties, of course, then the security agencies. Engage them. I remember some time ago, a deputy governor of this state make a pronouncement that if you are inside the forest, leave, I give you 7 days to leave. I give you 7 days to leave the forest. Leave our forest. If you are looking for where to stay, go and rent a house. The forest is not a place to stay. It's for farmers. So, even when we are discussing all these things, we will not forget that we have a challenge. We have challenges. We have problems. How will you feel? You go to those that will go to the village. Your mother will give you gari, put it in your boots, come back home. Now you go to the village, then you'll be looking for gari to buy in the village. To tell you that the farmers are no longer going to farm. This security I fear most is food insecurity. When hunger comes, it's even worse than what kidnapping you are seeing today. When you don't see gari to drink, you can't see all those food to eat. That is the area we are going. And I don't pray for us to get there. So everyone Whether you are in Zen Labour Party, you are in the APC, you are in the PDP, irrespective of the political platform, let's support the government to see how we can ensure that the people are secured.
Thank you. Bishop Lucky, the way forward.
The way forward is very simple. The government, the Edo State government, should raise up the local vigilante.
Okay.
Put it, build them, give them all necessary support that will make this guy work well, so that they can do their job. You cannot send a hungry man to go and work; he will not work. So that when a month, at the end of the month, be hoping that something will come out to support his family. And we that they also guided with the citizen, we should be giving them good information. We should not spoil the job for them and become aiding and abetting kind of thing. We should be able to tell the Vilama, hey, this person that is in my area, I don't understand what he's doing for a living, don't understand the way he comes, he goes out by 5, come back by 10 o'clock. You should know the movement so they can get it for the people. They live among us, they dwell with us, they know us, but we don't understand what they do for a living.
Thank you very much. We'll take a break now, but just to quickly inform our viewer, members of the public, that you can participate in this program via telephone. You can make calls and contribute because, yes, government of Edo State, the governor of Edo State, distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, is really worried, and we can see the way he's doing, putting things in order to ensure that insecurity is tackled. But my guests have advised members of the public to support government. That is not only government that can do it. You have a role to play. They've also said it is important for the community policing to be emphasized. The vigilantes in the villages should be made up of people from that community. That's what my guests have said, that they need to be strengthened financially, materially, and otherwise. If you want somebody to go and risk his life, the question is, what is in it for him? What is he going to gain? So you need to let this, you can insure them, you can do insurance for them, and they will see that, oh, they have been insured. If they die, their family will be taken care of. Today is Armed Forces Remembrance Day. We respect the fallen heroes. So the vigilantes, the police, the DSS, the military, there should be encouragement for them. We need to mobilize them the more. We'll talk about technology later on, but you can also contribute. But that will be after this break. Okay, nice to have you on the program 60 Minutes Nigeria. Later on, we are going to allow members of the public to call in and also make their views known. But that will be later on. Well, I must say that recently the protests in Ekpoma was actually a wake-up call for youths to take to the streets of Ekpoma. It means they were pained. They couldn't bear it again. Yes, some persons took advantage of a peaceful protest and turned it to a violent one. Of course, security agencies are dealing with such situations, but we must commend Governor Monday Okpebholo for approving the release of students of AAU from detention, because these are future leaders. Well, he said they must identify themselves. Yes, they should have student ID card to identify themselves. Our students must be protected, must be encouraged, because the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. Okay, Dr. Akalame, yes, you have actually said community policing must be strengthened. Do you think that traditional rulers should also be involved in this security arrangement?
Of course. That is why I mentioned that there should be a frequent engagement between the government, the traditional rulers, political party leaders, then security agencies. Because the traditional rulers, they have a vital role to play in securing their territory. Some time ago, I also mentioned that if you see all the herdsmen you see today, the cattle railers in the bush, the traditional rulers, some of the traditional rulers know them, know their leaders. There was a time a traditional ruler in a particular community have to order that the leaders of these people have to appear in his palace. And say, please, I'm tired. Tell your men to leave our forest. So you now see the power. The traditional rulers have roles to play in this. They have roles to play. So the traditional rulers have to work with the security agencies, work with the government, work with everyone to ensure that their kingdom is what is secured. You see, that they have a vital role to play in securing their domain. So that is why we must not shy away from the fact that government has to engage them. So that is what I mentioned in the beginning. So that the issue of security, like I said before, is a collective responsibility. Everybody have to come. Let's come to the drawing board and see how we can secure the people. Because you are sleeping, you are afraid. In my community, there was a time I got an info that when you are not sleeping, you don't need to even sleep anymore. That the youth were now working from morning till night. You don't need to sleep, so you'll not be caught unaware. That is the situation we have find ourselves. So we have to work together to see how we can keep this low, because it will affect economic activities. And once it affects economic activities, hunger will set in. And when hunger sets in, death is inevitable.
Thank you very much. Bishop Lucky Omonabia say, traditional rulers in different communities, even in Edo State, can play a vital role.
Yes, sir.
So, you think government should be able to think along that line?
Yes.
I can maybe create a system where traditional rulers in different communities, even these youth leaders called Okayele, can also be involved.
See, thank you, sir. See, government will have to call a town hall meeting, invite all traditional rulers, invite this Okayele, the Ojonwole, everybody should be involved, because so that it will be able to work with them and secure the community, the farmers and the rest. Because this Okayele understood the farm, their community better than any other person. They use their voice to work. If you think I'm joking, if you want to lay foundation now, from nowhere you see people appear. Yes. And they appear from nowhere. Yes. Then if you now engage them, give them an ultimatum. This committee, I put it in your hand. If I heard any news that is funny, you will be dealt with. You will be called for questioning. And the Okayele now empower his voice, make him understand. By the time he's empowered, he will understand that, hey, I have a need to protect my integrity and all. He will not let anything go wrong in that community. They know, this is your community, your kingdom. I have empower people to work with you. If I heard anything that's not correct, I'll become a question. For this area will die down, because most of these are people these cattle people carry cattle up and down in these villages and all. Most of them, if you interview them one-on-one, sir, you hear that they say it's not their cattle, they are working for our people. Who's our people? So say this cattle belong to AYZ, BYZ. Now, meaning the people in question, they bring cattle from north, and people will buy from their hand and employ them to work for them. Then when you report the day, if you now until your government have to bring it to involve, then so this will die down, because until you involve them, it will not work. Because by the time you involve them, they will feel unconcerned. They need to be involved.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll take another brief break now. After this break, we allow members of the public to call in and make their views known. We are looking at the security challenges in Edo State. Do people still trust government to provide security for them? Or is it that everyone needs to find a way to secure his or her life? The grand norm states that it is the responsibility of the government to provide security for lives and property. So after this break, we'll allow phone in so you can make your contribution. It's always a delight to have you back. The phone number is displayed now. You can see the phone number there on your screen. You can call in, make your contributions. Just the way I've always said on this program, Do not insult anybody. Just make your views known, because the problems that we face does not recognize anybody. So everyone must be involved to tackle the problem. Edo State belongs to every one of us. We must support the government of the day to ensure that there's adequate security of lives and property. So the phone number is there. You can call in and make your contribution. Okay, Bishop Akalame, there's an issue of these people clamoring for state police to complement the normal police force that we have, because the issue of inadequate manpower is something some persons have been talking about, that Nigerian police need to get more, they need to carry out more recruitment. But before that is done, that there's need for state police, that the state governors, they have security votes. They can use that security vote to take on security. Okay, we have our very first caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Joseph. I'm coming from Olia Quarter.
Okay, please reduce the volume of your TV set. Then go on with your points.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is I'm very grateful for what you are saying. And the people with you, I congratulate. I don't just politicians who just face one side. What they are saying is very true. As government are trying, and we have to use all those traditional leaders, and the police also have to be equipped and give amenities, help them in their salary and other things. Not that the police cannot do it. The situation we are in, everybody is looking for money, as you say. And really, they subsidy everybody. And then because of that, also.
Okay.
They believe that the way they should bring money, they just let us, this family rich, let them have enough money to use. And because they don't ask anything about how you get the money. So that's the problem we are just facing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That caller from Olia, Benin City, Edo State, thank you very much. Other residents, viewer, you can make your contribution, because those in authority, they are listening, they are watching, and you could just be the man that have the magic wand that can help in tackling insecurity that is bedeviling Edo State and Nigeria. We have a second caller. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from? Okay, I think network problem just affected that. Okay, so state policing, Dr. Akalame, is it really important?
You see, the state policing we are talking about emanated from the fact that there is need for us to get against youth who understand their community. Because the normal police we have, they don't actually understand this terrain.
Okay, thank you. We'll continue with you, but we have a second caller. Good afternoon. Where are you calling from? Oh, network problem. Please continue, Dr.
Yes,
Akalame.
because it's just like what we have canvassing, that there should be community policing, which the vigilante has taken over. So what I expect the government, what I want to canvass here is that will be a duplication of effort.
Okay.
What the government should do is that they should channel that energy in empowering our vigilante. These guys are superb. Just give them the support, pay them, equip them, they will do the job. They will give that support to the security agencies. So, because if we divert our attention from empowering the local vigilante and create state policing, that is going to be duplication of effort. That
Okay.
will take much of our resources.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm Professor Ifeanyi Azu. I'm calling from Benin City.
Okay, Professor. What's your comment?
What I want to advise is that at the moment, the best security that you will have is yourself. Everybody should be very careful because it appears things are already falling apart, and the security agencies, they are not coping as we expected them to cope. So everybody should be on the watch out and be very careful of the kind of places they find themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor. Wonderful comment. What Professor has just said is that you must first of all ensure your own security. You must take your own security seriously. If you see something, say something. So don't move anyhow. If you used to stay out late, this time you have to think twice before you remain outside your home very late at night. You must know where you drive through. It mustn't be a lonely place. Things like that. Those are just security tips just to help you. Well, Dr. Akalame has said that he is not in support of state police, but rather the funds for state police should be channeled to the local vigilantes, especially in Edo State, so that they can be empowered in terms of ammunition, salaries, and all of that. Okay, we have another caller. Good afternoon. Your name, where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Wosa. How are you?
I'm fine. Your name, where are you calling from?
This is Honorable Admontaya from the Steel community.
Oh, thank you, Honorable. Your comments.
And may I crave your solidarity to say hello to Akalame there.
Okay.
Akalame there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
You don't know me again now. Let me first carry your mama when you born your last. Let me first carry
Please, this is a live show. It's a live show. Can you just go straight to the point, please?
Yes, I know. I'm bound for breaking me out that way. If you break my frequency, it does not stop me from saying what I have to say.
Okay.
They said, if you are not breaking my frequency, I would have people give you to come and echo me. Look at the water now. We are talking about insecurity. People in the diaspora are looking at you now. Would they take the problem in this country? You used to be a very slim man, Mr. Wosa. Look how very fast and plumpy you are now. That is just by the way there. There is consensus among the people that security should be something that is a general effort. We can never make any headway. When you find somebody, and it just say that when the guy gets boss of the guy, there's always a way to go. And when the bait is tempting enough, when the bait, B-A-I-T, when the bait is tempting enough, the fish will always bite. Those who are raw material for kidnapping in this country, we know them. That's when we say yes. Those people, the guys, they look at, say they want to kidnap, they know them. We set a bait for them, they will fall into it. But what do you expect us to do, sir, when, as a matter of necessity, we all know the truth, but no evidence, that who's supposed to be copying seriously the insecurity country are the ones sponsoring them. Okay, ask me now, where am I fat and everything? I cannot go to provide them, but we know the truth are there, obvious, sir, that the people in the government of the day, sir, decide today that insecurity will stop in this country before 24 hours be eradicated. But they know what they are doing. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here, sir? That is my question. And everybody's asking the same question. Nobody providing answer to it. I beg.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I must commend the Honorable that just called now. He's actually also very worried, just like every one of us. He believes that those who are really sponsoring insecurity, they know themselves, and some of them are highly placed persons. That's what he's talking about. But the problem now is, how do you get the evidence to actually nail them? That's what he's saying. Well, government must come in. That is a fact. Government must evolve strategies to help the security agencies who are saddled with the responsibility of effecting arrests. And once they arrest, they investigate and they prosecute. I'm sure. There are so many people. When you visit Oko, you're talking about the prisons in Benin, at Oko in Benin City, Edo State. You'll be surprised to see many persons, they are all there. Okay, Bishop Amonabia say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the way forward now, you have talked about the need for vigilante. You've talked about the need for people in the various communities to be involved.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you, but let's just take this caller. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, your name, and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Onyebuchi, and I'm calling all the way from Lagos. I'm seeing your view from this YouTube.
Thank you very much. Please go on, all the way from Lagos State. Thank you. Go on.
Okay. My own contribution to this is when it comes to insecurity, every area there is an insecurity challenge there. According to the Nigerian Constitution, you have it's within an enclave, a ward. And in that ward, you have councillors, you have local government chairmen, you have, before you go to the executive, when these things happen, these people at the various wards, they can create some form of security, like vigilante, community policing. Before you get to the executive, these people can come together, go to the different locations where they are insecure, where they are sure that who are these new different people in our community. Because your spaces look new, when they can profile them and they see new identity there, they can be able to attack this insecurity. But when the wards, they are being silent, from councillors to local government chairmen within a particular local government, they are not being able to handle these things themselves. It comes to serious attention, you know. So to me, I feel before they take this into the executive, let these men at the grassroots form community other than the main vigilante. Let them form community security among themselves. They tell everybody that stays in a ward. Then when such things happen, when they see new identities around the community, they can be able to accuse or go after them. That is my own contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's actually our last caller, all the way from Lagos State. Don't forget that this program is being streamed online, and we have viewers all the way from the UK, the US, Canada, all over the world and around the country. From Lagos State, we just got that caller who said he's actually viewing this program online on YouTube, and he got the phone number and called in, and he made very valid points. He's saying that councillors are supposed to be our representative at the grassroots. What are they doing? It's not only governor we'll be talking about. He's saying that councillors, we have councillors at the wards, councillors at the local level. What are they doing? That's what the caller from Lagos State has just said, and that is an important aspect that I think government must look at. Your concluding remarks, Bishop Loke.
Well, I support the idea of the bishop,
okay,
that we should channel all resources to state police into local vigilante.
Okay.
I'm sure people that we are putting to do the job are people, the DG of that community, not foreigners, so that the work can be easy. The way the business that they are guiding, we should be giving them vital information that will help them carry the job perfectly. Thank you very much. Concluding remarks, Dr. Akalame, quick one.
This to the parents. Teach your children that the only sure way to accumulating wealth revolves around the principles of accumulation. And I want to also say that security is a collective responsibility. If you see something, say something. With our collective effort, we will smile again in Edo State.
Thank you very much. I must thank my guests, Bishop Loke Obonabiese. Thank you very much.
You,
Dr. Bishop Akalame, thank you very much. And of course, for those of you who called in, I'm grateful. That honorable from Isiho, thank you very much. You know, we have to do our best to look good, you should understand.
Looking good is a good business.
No matter what, even if you are sweating within, you have to smile. You know, one day things will be good. On that note, I say thanks for being a part. The team here, the crew working behind the scene, led by the PD, he has done a very, very great job. And of course, the engineering crew, I say thanks for being a part of the program. Bye-bye.
certainly the best. ITV. ITV, certainly the best.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Sultan rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, a priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, Chok, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, beside Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best.
The new Edion expressed excitement as they danced and rejoiced before the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawori Benedion, who also joined in the dance. As visiting and paying of homage to various homes of senior elders continued, the initiates spent 7 days performing diverse kinds of rites as required by tradition. They were furnished with rules and regulations regarding their new office as Edion.
That I grew up in this community to the point that they have now also chosen me as an elder in this community. It's a thing of great joy. All thanks to the Esama of Benin, my people, my family, everybody, all Okada community for this great honor. I am very, very grateful.
Well, this is my brother. I'll call him my uncle because he grew up with my father. I'm so proud of him because we are doing the same rituals as the Edions of the Okada. It is our duty for us to make this place a greater place, for outsiders to come and see the goodness of God in Okada. And I'm proud of every one of us here. So shall it be to each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Odion ma Okada zima Esama zima Dion Ebuna zima Dion Obala zima Dion Marawe Mari Esama Dion na Mimado Pom Esama Mimado Beken Esama Emana Dio Warena Esama Magbeken Osaba Obuyo Bitone Aba no get Tony Maga not Yami Magame Manido Beken na Ima Yafe Ima Ato Ima Agmo Arokpai Wudori Ima Dia Wogene all the Tiagboyano Emi Magame we need just question on me afar
In Esama, in our father's house, in respect of our initiation to elders Edion level. As tradition demands, we are here today to come and also pay our homage to him, for him to also pray for long life and prosperity.
The climax after 7 days was paying of homage again to the Edion way, where he gave the initiates the full rights to function and to henceforth participate in meetings with Edion. It will go down in the history and minds of Okada community, Ovia people, Edo State, and Nigeria in general. The ambience, style, and the colorful ceremony associated with the 2025 initiation into the Edion Council of former Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosagari Benedion, his brothers Bright Ayamekwe Benedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Benedion, Peter Osawori Benedion, Dr. Fred Osawuni Benedion, Barrister Mike Osawori Benedion, Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Gwede Onwonse, Honorable Efosa Douglas Benedion, Ukbonwa Benedion, Osawe Benedion, Edosa Benedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Benedion, as well as Agbong Steve Benedion, among other sons of Okada.
best.
Hello there, many thanks for joining me on the program Icons on ITV. Icons is a program designed specially to showcase personalities and individuals who are making giant strides in their chosen field of human endeavor. Whether it's politics, whether it's governance, in the civil society space, entertainment space, humanitarian work, whatever you've done, this is the right place for you to talk about it and showcase it. Incidentally, we're doing that just to ensure that our young people out there can learn from the success stories of our guests here on the program, and then they can have different perspective about life and make bigger, greater, and better impact. I'm Sonny Duke Okosun. In today's program, our guest is based in the UK, as son of the soil. We say Oyedo Pataki, but he's been away for over 20 years or about 20 years, and the circumstances of him leaving the country is quite an interesting story. But he's back home to share his experiences so we can change our attitude and our perspectives and the way we live, particularly our young people who are into a whole lot of vices just because they believe that that is the way to go. He's a UK and UN ambassador consultant in the fight against child exploitation, modern day slavery, human trafficking, drug abuse or substance abuse, and several others. He's been interviewed by several distinguished media platforms like the BBC. And today on Icons, we have with us, I like to call him Big Sosa Henkoma, but his original name is Isosa Ekoma. Big Sosa, thank you for joining us on the program. Thank you for coming.
How you doing?
Thank you for, I'm good. And you?
Yeah, I'm not bad, I'm not bad.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'd like us to establish the conversation from how did you leave Nigeria, and when you got to the UK, what were the things that you were involved in and with, and how did that change your life? And then how did the metamorphosis come that has brought you this fortune of now becoming an ambassador for the UK, for the UN, and a public speaker speaking against child exploitation, modern day slavery, and all of that?
I would definitely say it started in Benin. But originally I was born in Nigeria, Benin, Edo State, and when my mum left when I was 2, for her trying to make her way to Europe, obviously through the, obviously now to know the Libya route and everything else. But after she left, my dad then obviously got in contact, wanted his son, and obviously my granddad at the time gave me to my father. My father got married to my stepmom, and I'll say after 2 years of obviously meeting my father for the first time, I'm being moved to the UK to be reunited with my father in the UK. And obviously that I traveled on obviously plane with my stepmom and me, went over to the UK. And even coming to the UK, I'll definitely say that, especially not growing up with that mum, because my mum left around the age of 2. So for me, not growing with that mum and having a stepmom, then obviously also having my father, I thought it was like a dream made in heaven. So coming to the UK was like, damn, wanted seeing the big buildings and everything else. I was looking forward to it. New life, new experiences, new opportunities and everything else. But shortly after being in the UK, my stepmom became physically and also mentally abusive. And that then led to me then being introduced to the local I'll say care system, which is obviously social services. And being put into care, I was put into care around the age of 8. So I came into the UK at 7, then put into care around the age of 8. After being put into care around the age of 8, I would definitely say after that, it was now me having to learn how to survive by myself in the UK. But when I was put into a placement, a family placement, a new family, unfortunately for me, that one of their nephews in that family was actively involved in the gang culture. And him being involved in gang cultures, it was, I'll say, easy for me to be introduced into that life. And I was introduced to that life around the age of 11, where another gang was basically sitting down telling me that I owe them money and I owe them drugs and all of these type of things. If I don't get them their money and their drugs back, they're going to kill the family I was with at the time. So I went to obviously the people who my foster carer's nephew knew.
Okay.
But when I went to them, they gave me a revolver, which is a firearm.
That's a gun?
A gun.
So at 11, you had a gun given to you. What was it for?
It was given as a form of protection, as a way to basically...
That's what you were told?
Yeah. I was told that I needed to keep the gun on me at all time, to be safe, and to make sure I was protected. And then I was taught how to strip the firearm. And when I mean strip the firearm, it means take it apart, to clean it, then put it back together. After doing that, I was also taught how to then obviously use a firearm. After being taught how to use a firearm, I was then introduced into the drug trade, which is now being taught how to turn cocaine into crack, how to weigh it up, how to distribute it. And after that, I would definitely say from the age of 11, 12, I was involved in the drug trade, involved in obviously the movement of firearms. Yeah.
Were you ever involved in armed robbery? I mean, while you were with this gang?
I was involved in everything.
Everything?
Everything you can probably think about.
So how did you survive all of this? Because I'm sure you must have had some very, gone through a very dangerous time at the threat of your life and all of that.
I would say for me at that moment of time, honest truth, I would say 100% God. But another thing I would definitely say was that because I felt like I didn't have family, there wasn't anything I was living for. So for me personally, it was a fact of like, I'd rather die now than die later and just spend a long time living and just being miserable and depressed. So I was trying to slightly find a quick way to die. But obviously, you know, like God had a different plan, a better plan for me. So every single time, I just seemed not to be able to die. Even when I was stabbed in my ribs, I was resuscitated back to life. So that means I died, they brought me back to life. Then after that, being ironed in my stomach, being stabbed in my elbow, shot in my elbow, shot in my knee, stabbed on both shoulders, stabbed a couple inches away from my spine. Like literally, for me, every single time, it doesn't, like literally.
Where were your parents while all of this you were going through? I know you ran away, you left them, but so, was there a time they tried to reach out to you or you tried to reach out to them, perhaps when it became a bit more difficult for you to survive?
I would say at that time, I felt like my parents weren't going to save me. Like, that was the honest truth, because if my dad couldn't save me while I was with my stepmom, because obviously at that time for him, he wanted to be a good husband, and he chose his wife at that moment of time. But in him choosing his wife at that moment of time, left me in a country by myself. But also, his wife was now also a runaway criminal. So she was on a run. She couldn't come back into the country and everything else. So for him, he didn't really want to come back in the country to come see me and everything else, which was okay, but it just also meant that I didn't have no communication with my dad. My mom obviously was gone from the age of 2. So I didn't have no communication with my mom. My family-wise, when I came into the UK, because my father wanted me to get into that UK culture and learn more about the UK culture, he tried to minimize as much time I spoke to my family in Nigeria. So I hardly spoke to my family in Nigeria. So by the time I was put into care, I had no contact with my family in Nigeria. I was basically left in that country, having to fend and understand things for myself. And I'll say even then, I started losing my culture because obviously when I first came into the UK, I could understand Yoruba. I could understand Benin. I could even speak some of it.
Yeah.
But then to survive over there and to fit in over there, I had to get rid of that. Even like you said about my name is actually Isosa Ekoma. But then for me, to survive over there...
Isosa Ekoma.
See?
Can you say that?
Isosa
Ekoma. Okay. Okay, you got it.
Well, for me to survive over there, I had to take away the I and just change it to Sosa.
Sosa.
And then obviously my dad already, my surname is Ekoma.
So you did just like what your dad did. I mean, he changed from Ekoma to Hekoma, and you changed from Isosa to Sosa.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting story that you have. I wanted to know, what tribe was your stepmom?
Tribe-wise, I would definitely, she was Igbo.
She was Igbo?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Was she ever prosecuted for some of the hurtful things she did to you?
Yeah, she was prosecuted, but she went
on jailed?
No, she was prosecuted in an absence. So my father got out of the country before she could be charged, before she could be sentenced.
She came back to Nigeria?
She ain't in Nigeria. She ain't in Holland either, but yeah, we know where she is.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's talk about at what point did your transformation, what point did it come, you know?
I would say, obviously, being involved with gangs and everything else, there was a lot of betrayal involved in gangs. At the end of the day, if you're going to be involved with criminals and everything else, there isn't anything called a good criminal. I'm going to say to you, there's always going to be some sort of betrayal or some certain things happening and everything else. And for me, I got betrayed a lot. And I would say at the age of 16, I started realizing that these people, because obviously most of the time I looked at these people as my new family. So I showed them nothing but love. I protected them and done anything I would have done for my own family for them. But as 16 came, I started realizing these people were not my people. And tried to walk away at first at 16. But when I was 16, I just came out of prison and I was told that if I tried to walk away, 1, they will kill me. 2, I have enemies that will kill me. And 3, the police are not going to help me because at the end of the day, at that moment of time, I'm known for having guns. So it was basically a thing where I felt like I had nowhere to go. But then at the age of 19, I was given an opportunity to walk away. And at 19, I was given a firearm to hold, which is a gun, to hold for a night, overnight. Obviously in the UK, firearms are illegal. So when I was 13, I got arrested for a firearm and I went to prison for it.
How many years did you spend in prison?
Altogether, I said I've done nearly 7 years in prison. Altogether from the age of 13 to the age of basically 22, 23. I'll probably say I've done a significant amount of time over there in prison.
Okay.
So I would definitely say that at that moment of time, when I was given that firearm at the age of 19, it was a thing where like I thought to myself that I can walk away, everything will be okay. Then at 4 o'clock in the morning, the next day, I'm being raided by armed police because they called the police and told them I had a firearm. So
you think that as a betrayal, a setup sort of?
100%, it was a setup.
Okay.
But for me, it was a positive setup. Obviously, although I went through a lot of things because of that setup, it was the fact where I was identified as a survivor of modern slavery. At the end of it, after finishing my sentence, I was facing deportation, being deported back to Nigeria. And it was a fact where I had to understand that I have normalized exploitation, that I thought that it was a right for kids to be soldiers, because at the end of the day, that's what I was.
Yeah.
So when, after understanding that, I thought to myself, if I'm gonna make a change, I have to become that change. And a lot of times I'll say the services and the support that I had around me, they supported that change. So for me, once I was given the opportunity by an organization to make that change, I took it with both hands and I started making the change slowly.
That's what brought you this far?
I'll say, yeah, that's what brought me so, yeah, that's
okay, now to talk about the transformation that eventually came, because today we talk about you. I mean, you've had the opportunity of interacting with big platforms, international media platforms. You've been on BBC and several other media platforms, talking about some of the things that you are doing. So what exactly are you doing now, having, you know, gotten over that life that you were living? And in the process of you living, were you not threatened? Was there no attacks like a revenge or something to get you back into the force? So how were you able to overcome that?
For me, I've got daughters, I've got kids. My kids were threatened.
So that's interesting. Are you married now?
We have a different culture in the UK.
Well, you do have kids, yeah? How many kids do you have?
I've got 2 daughters.
Wow.
Like, literally, and for me, it was like my daughters were threatened. A lot of, I was threatened, but it was a fact of like, how can I explain it? If someone was labeled the devil at one point in life, really and truly, you wouldn't want to awaken that problem again. So most of the time I'll say that I'm left alone, but it's a fact where I do have certain issues from certain people, and it's just finding a better way to deal with the situation rather than dealing with the situation the only way I knew how to before, which was violence. Me, I'm always thinking of resources and using the support that I have around me to be able to address the situation. So I would say that obviously, although that I have made a change, I would say having such, I would say, influential connections with certain organizations and everything else has helped me in becoming the person I am, and also able to have that smooth transition.
Okay, so as part of your new way of life, let me put it that way, talk a bit more about your engagement, helping young people to dissuade the minds of young people into violence, into criminality, into gangsterism and all of that, which of course you've been doing in the UK, helping the UK government, and also being an ambassador to the UN on all of these, especially on modern day slavery, child exploitation and gangsterism. Yeah.
Obviously, for me, I'll definitely say that I'll say for me, how I work with young people, especially, is through mentoring. So I mentor young people, so that's coaching them, spreading awareness, using my own lived experience. So using my experiences, I use it to relate to young people and basically show them where they could end up at or where they could go to. So in them understanding that, it basically sways them away from me, but also creating opportunities. That's one thing for me. I believe in opportunities. I believe if we keep our young people busy, then at the end of the day, they can't be swayed into any false criminality. So me, I'm always encouraging and engaging young people in a lot of opportunities and activities, maybe trying to encourage them to be entrepreneurs, solicitors, lawyers. Because if you think about it, if we want to make a change, we need people like us being involved in government, in the sectors, to be able to make that change. And if there's not enough people like us in that sector to make that change, then we're not going to see no change. We're just complaining. Like every second, everyone can complain and sit down and say, we don't like the way of life. We don't like a certain situation. But the question we got to ask ourselves is what we doing about it. And for me, I didn't like a lot of things. I didn't like how the criminal justice system treated me. I didn't like how the social services treated me. So for me, it's a fact where I thought, you know what? I'd rather educate them on how to engage with young people and how to treat young people. So now I train them. I deliver training to police officers. I deliver training to social workers. I engage in policies, involved in researches. Like even for me, there's a paper that was released, I think in 2022, which is the need of consistency when working with young people. So that means the need of continuing work when working with young people. Rome wasn't built in a day.
You can encourage, engage them consistently.
Yeah, because it's at the end of the day, to build this room, it didn't take a day for the people to build this room. But guess what? It took brick by brick. And that's the same thing for any young person's life. It takes brick by brick. They need that consistent guidance to be able to push them in the right way. And they need the right type of leadership, the right type of role models. And that's where it is. For me, is that half of the things I do now is basically to prove to young people we can do it. In school, I was kicked out of school in year 9. So I don't know what that would be in Nigeria. but I was kicked out of school at a very young age. But now I'm in university studying criminology and sociology. For me, I was told that, I would die by the age of 25. I'm 27. I was told that I would spend the rest of my life in prison. From the last time I went to prison, I said to myself, I will never in my life enter prison again unless they pay me to train them. Like, these are the things that I'm able to change myself.
Okay.
And it's also able to own that change myself. And another thing for me is like, if now you want to show anyone there is another route and there's another way, you've got to get there first so they can see it themselves. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So for me, that's one thing I've done, is make sure I got there first. I've done modeling. I've been in films. I've been in everything. I've spoken to, like you said, I've spoken to BBC. I've spoken to higher level literally publishers in the UK, even to the point where, as far as speaking at the United Nations and everything else, is to show every single young person that we can do it. That it doesn't matter what opportunities or what chances we started with, what cards we're given at the very start. It's all about what we do, how we finish the race. And that's the most important thing for me, is making sure we finish the race successfully.
Big Sosa, it's been a pleasure talking with you. I'm sure there are lots of things to learn from the conversation so far with our guests here. Please don't fail to leave a comment on any of our social media platforms where you'll be watching this video. We'd like to know what you think about this interaction. If you learned something, please share with us. We'll be glad to know. Thank you so much for coming on the program Icons on ITV. We wish you the very best.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's it on this week's edition of the program Icons. Hope you had a great time with us. Be sure to join us next week, same time on this channel. I'm Sonny Jikokosun. Do have a beautiful week ahead. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.